Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Black Waves. I am your DM, GM, storyteller, whichever you would like to call me, Forgotten Dreams, and I'm joined by a lovely cast of people, starting with Cyber Mama.
Hey, yeah, I am Cyber Mama, and I play Sasha Oak River. She is a failing swashbuckler.
Fantastic. Next up, we have Wade.
I am Wade. I am the one in control of Desh, the party's Kobold Ranger with my best buddy in Warbeast Nash.
And last but not least, we have Ellen.
Hello, I am Ellen. I play Senna Thunderhall. She is a half-elf cleric bard.
Fantastic. All right, with a bit of a recap as to what happened last time on the Black Waves, why don't we get a recap from Ellen?
Let's see. We're perhaps on a boat and perhaps near an island. I don't know if I paid very much attention last week. Or maybe it was a really long time ago. Okay. So we're approaching or have approached or have landed on an island where we think our item of interest may be. There are some Yuan Ti snaky people who may or may not be interested in eating / killing / sacrificing us to their snake gods. That's all I got. That's all I got.
Okay, fantastic. All right, in that case, I will fill in the gaps. So the party
Right.
had landed on an island not too far from the main island of the archipelago that you all had adventured to in the quest for the heart. The captain of the ship, Yasha, who had led you here, gave you access to a rowboat, which they converted into a large sailboat. Small sailboat with rowing oars. Tied another rowboat onto it so that your pack animals could travel with you. And while they are docked on the other island, which is controlled by pirates, you all decided to go ahead and venture to the main island, which from the port of the pirate docking port you can see not too far across from you is a large city, more than likely containing Yuan Ti. You can see the large golden ship with the large brazier in the center of it that you saw briefly for a moment off the coast of Galandria the last time the heart was very close to you, parked in that massive dock, or at least in the bay next to the dock on the main archipelago island. You went ahead and traveled out towards that island with all your animals and stuff after doing some shopping at a magic shop, which was surprising to find, seeing as magic seems to have only recently returned to this world. And you were deciding on where you were going to essentially park. There was the thought that you could rush in and attempt your own version of D-Day by going directly into the Yuan Ti city. There is also several miles of beach in all directions that you could land on, and it's been told to you that the island is fairly large and fairly hostile. And Desh, to the best of his knowledge, has given you all the direction that the heart gives the greatest pull towards the mountain range in the center of the isle. And that's about all I remember. All right. So,
More than I remembered.
Okay, well, I remember as we were about to get to the island, we were like on countdown as to what we were going to decide about whether or not we're going straight in, which is the Suicide March, or whether or not we are going to come in at some sort of an angle So we go not where the village is, but somewhere by the side so that we can get to the mountains without having to go through the village.
Yes. What difficulty will you play
And
The Witcher 3 on? Death March or lower?
I remember voting not going straight in because, in my view, going straight in is a suicide mission.
Well, I'll say you're about 4 nautical miles off the coast of this large island within the center of the archipelago. The sails have a good breeze under them, so you could land theoretically within the next 30 minutes, but that should give you guys plenty of time to talk over what the game plan is. So, players, take it away as I take the back seat.
Right, Nash, let's not try to do this the rugged and stupid face forward way. Let's go in by the side somewhere where we don't get caught.
Not
What do
getting
you
caught
think,
sounds
Nash?
like a good idea.
Just shake your head and tell Dash to go along because Dash is definitely pulling the strings. Shake your head, boy. I know you're a good boy. Shake your head.
Ash probably gives
I
you
mean,
no
after all, you're
response.
pulling the boat.
Yeah,
Come
he's focused on pulling the boat.
Nash. Yeah, well, he's out. He's pulling our mount. He's in the water, pulling our mount.
Yes, he
Oh,
is.
Nash, go that way.
Or, could discuss with Desh, the one he takes orders from.
Yeah, but the problem is Dash doesn't listen.
You have yet to speak to Desh on anything. You're just assuming. Making a real ass out of you, but not me.
All right, I'll bite. Dash, could we go the less suicide-y way, please?
Why you assume I want to get us killed?
I don't know. Asked.
I've come
Okay,
this
please.
far. I am not going to lose it all now.
Okay. So, Senna, what say you?
I'm all for sneaking around the side. I don't want to just go barging right in and get ourselves killed right away. We should get ourselves killed maybe later on.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Okay, so in the interest of sneaking, can we make sure we're not seen as we are coming up to this island? We've only got about 30 minutes before we hit shore. Can we make sure that we're under some sort of cover and we're not seen by the locals?
We can duck.
Is there anything? Does anybody have anything to maybe put some I don't know, fog up or something? Anything? Do we have any way of obscuring ourselves?
I don't have anything that will do that. I can make a wall of fire.
No,
Or a wall of wind.
That would attract. That would probably attract.
Yep. Can't do anything with fog. Not my wheelhouse.
All right, I'm gonna sit down and pray for fog.
Okay.
Okay, you sit down, you pray for fog, nothing happens. Just to make life easier on you.
Well, shit. That certainly didn't work. All right. Can is anyone paying attention to our boats?
You don't know.
Is there a lot of traffic out here? I'm looking. Is there a lot of traffic?
Is there a lot of traffic on the water, or is there a lot of traffic on the island? Because those are two different questions.
On the water.
No, there are no ships about whatsoever. I mean, from what you can see, there are a few small fishing boats that are out of the dock of the island that you're approaching, with the large golden ship sitting in the center of the bay. And behind you, you have, several different, various different pirate vessels, anything from sloops to brigs to the galleon.
So we're super fucking obvious coming up to this island and no one else is around us and we're sticking out like a sore thumb.
There's not a lot of shipping lane traffic now.
Okay, is there anything that we can do that will make us a little bit less obvious? Anything?
You could lower the sail and not go into the dock.
Well, we're not going to the dock itself. We're going around.
Okay, great. Fantastic.
Right?
Then you'll be less obvious.
Okay. Well, we're not going into the dock. We're going around.
All right. You still haven't told me where.
We want to go in through to a far side that is not too far away, so that we can crack from there to go straight to the mountain. Nowhere near we're going around the village.
It's not a village. It is a full-on city. So
We're
go
going
ahead
around
and make
the
me a
city.
perception check.
Okay. Perception.
Okay.
Wow.
Cinna, as you are looking
I'm
around,
just as dumb as a doornail.
as you were looking around, well, you're not dumb as a doornail. You rolled a 9. You're a couple of nautical miles out. There's what little activity you do, or not what little activity, what activity you do see on the island is like very blurry at this distance, and it's just small objects moving around in between buildings, and some of them on the sands of the beaches and things like that. And there's not a whole lot of detail that you can make out, except for the large pyramids that you can see in the distance. Cinna, as you're looking around, you can see that for about a radius of, I'd say, roughly 8 miles around the city, there are these small patrols that you see moving about. And by small, I mean about 9 individuals of varying different shapes and sizes. You can't make out individually what they are at this distance, that are patrolling. You can see a few of them weaving in and out of the tree line. You can see a few of them going along the beaches. You can also see that there's a group of beachgoers not too far from the city, just sunbathing. There is some activity much further out towards the west of you, of a group of individuals out there. Once again, you can't really make out who they are, that are sort of walking along the beach and making their way slowly towards the forest, which is probably a good, judging the distance, 8-minute walk from the water to the forest line. However, you do notice that the sand very quickly cuts off and turns into what looks like a very mossy wetland in all directions on this side of the island, possibly indicating that for this portion of the island, you're looking at swamplands.
Alright. Looking around at what we got here, what would be probably our safest approach that's still reasonably close to the mountains?
Your safest approach is reasonably close to the mountains. The phrase "literally anywhere" comes to mind. Because the mountains are sort of parallel with the beach, for the most part. The mountains only begin to curve in once it gets towards the city. And that's essentially what the closest point to the mountains is the back end of the city, where you can see quite a few of those pyramid-like temples sort of slowly rising up into the mountains and then stopping. to a large set of stone walls that have been built onto a portion of the lower mountains. Other than that, everything else, everywhere else you could land, has a decent trek outside of that 6 to 8 mile, patrol radius that you end up doing. So if you landed anywhere else on the beach outside of that patrol radius and outside of the city, you're looking at maybe about half a day's travel to get to the mountains.
Right.
Yeah, but we don't want to get caught by the patrols.
I think that's up to us once we make landfall. I think it's something we can avoid entirely. It's the part of the risk.
Okay, well, we're heading however you steer us.
Now you're not sure about
I
if
guess,
you go to the east, what kind of land you're looking at and distance from the mountains, because you'd have to sort of go to the east. It's in particular where the bay is sitting and where the city is sitting is sort of the natural curve in the central archipelago island, where you can't see really much of the beach to the east, because the island curves. From where you are sailing in. You would have to sail out that way into more open waters and swing around to see that.
I mean, if we're trying to be inconspicuous, it might look a little weird that we're scoping out the island from the boat. And I'm also not super interested in landing in the swamp. But I guess maybe getting eaten by giant leeches and killer mosquitoes might be better than being sacrificed to snake gods. I'm not really sure. So
That's not how they sacrifice people.
I don't know. Are we just are we being racist and assuming that these snake people are going to kill us and sacrifice us? Do we know?
People have literally told us that is what they do to outsiders.
Did they? Okay.
Exactly.
I must have been sleeping the last time we played because I don't remember any of that.
Oh, they were very specific.
Okay, so we're not racists. We were told that they're bad.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I guess.
They're baddies.
I mean, really, I wonder how suspicious they are. Because, who cares if it looks weird that we're sailing back and forth?
Chop suey. Chop suey is not a thing for me.
I don't like swamps. I don't want to land in the swamp if we can help it. But it's also sort of wasting time and making us more conspicuous.
Well, if we can land right before the swamp, right where the sand hits the swamp, and skirt on the edge, that sounds good to me.
As long as we're making progress forward, I'm fine with it.
So why don't we just hit the outer rim?
Okay.
And try to sneak and scale our way up to the mountain as fast as we can. Hopefully, I mean, what time of day is it?
It is midday.
Is it like midday? Right. So no cover of night.
Nope, you didn't wait for that.
All right, we got to do what we got to do. Yeah.
Now, you could theoretically just sit here and wait. Pretend that you're a fishing boat.
Do you want to do that? You want to sit and wait until it gets dark?
Pretty sure we had the chance of coming here when it was dark, and we explicitly spent the night to make sure we're coming at this during the day. Because it was, at the time, unknown territory.
Well, then let's go. Let's just go. Let's go.
Just go.
Okay.
Let's just go. We'll roll the dice.
So, how far away from the city do you want to land? And do you want to go east or do you want to go west?
Watch. How far away to the city do we land?
City's what we want to try to avoid, because that might have snake people that want to kill us.
You've got a good 40 miles of western beaches that you can see.
It's like 20 miles out.
Okay. So, you go ahead, you start changing up your sails a bit. You get the word out to Desh, and the boats start steering their way to the west away from the city. It takes you a bit longer than you were expecting, so it takes you a good, I'd say, maybe about an hour and a half to get to about the 20-mile marker, and another half hour to actually get to the beach itself from that point. But as the beach is pulling up onto the sands, you've made sure there's no patrol in sight. And you are left with sandy beach to your left and right, and it's sort of that, if you can think of the beaches of Savannah, like Myrtle Beach, that white sand with bits of grass and clumps of grass here and there spread out. Extremely fine, but
Okay.
yeah, decent.
So we want to pull our boats in just a bit so that they don't float away.
Okay.
And we need to disguise them, cover them, so that they don't get discovered.
All right. Well,
So we need to camouflage our boat.
you've got about a good 80 feet of beach ahead of you before you can see the edges of the beginnings of the wetlands. And you can see very tall elephant grass sort of lining this portion of the wetlands. There are no real trees. Correction. There is a single tree, but it's old, rotten, and has fallen over years ago, which is sticking out of
Right.
some of the elephant grass.
Is there a possibility that we can pull in our two little sailing vessels close enough where we can put some sand over them and put part of a invisible tent over the skin part of the invisible tent over the boats, and then put the rest sand all around them so that it can look like just like a bump of sand?
Okay, so you want to take the boats, put them next to each other, preferably, probably, upside down, lay an
Right.
invisible tent over them, and then cover them in sand?
Yes.
Okay.
Why don't we just put the invisible tent over them?
No, I mean, the invisible tent will cover most of the boat that you can't, to make sure you can't see.
The invisible tents are pretty large.
And you're butting
I would
Sure, we
say
all-
you're butting the sand up against them to make sure that it's smooth.
if you wanted to use 2 of your tents, and
No, just one.
okay,
Well, if we use two,
One
it sounds
should
like
be
we don't have to
large enough
go.
cover two boats, right?
one tent will cover one boat completely, but
Yeah, just
you have 2 boats, so 2 tents would cover both.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
That's going to be
You-
uncomfortable because we need tents for. Okay. So what do you guys suggest? Because we only have so many tents. So what do you suggest?
I mean, pretty sure we have regular tents. It's just that we believe we had an invisible tent, but it also,
No, we have invisible tents. I never bought regular tents. We have 4 extra large invisible tents. If we use
I mean,
2
it's
of
also
them
a
here,
it's
we
also a
have
thing
2
where we
tents
don't
left.
need tents.
Okay, fine. We have 2 tents left. One where we will be sleeping in them, and the other where we can put our animals. And it's going to be hard because Nash is so large now. But this is all in the interest of not trying to get eaten and not trying to get seen.
Wait, will the boats fit in one tent?
One boat will fit in one
No,
tent.
he said
Okay.
one boat will fit in one tent, so we have to do.
And we have how
two
many tents?
To
4.
cover. We
Oh,
have 4.
okay. Cover the boats with 2 tents. Take 2 tents with us. Why is it what?
Okay. All right. Then that's what we'll do.
Okay.
Okay, so you go ahead and you cover the 2 boats with the 2 tents. It's not hard. It's not even a long process. You get Nash to flip over the boats for you, and you make sure he does it carefully. You carefully pack up the sail and the jury rigging for the sail because they made sure that you could detach it, and you get the 2 boats covered on the beach.
Okay.
Do
and make
you
sure
mark
that
this
it
area
doesn't
of the
look
beach in any way for future reference?
Is there any rocks or sticks? Actually, no, you said there's a lone
I'm
tree
gonna
here, right?
Try to mark
There's
it.
a lone fallen down rotted tree not too far from here. That's
Yeah,
sort of sticking
okay.
halfway out of elephant grass.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
try
a
to
lone
mark it.
tree. That's
Tree.
a decent enough natural marker.
And some shells and a few stones.
Okay, so you take some shells and a few stones, and what do you do with them?
I make the letter D for Dash.
Okay, I'd say just make a heap of stones. We don't need to make specific
marker.
shapes.
Okay.
All right.
Because just understand that if there are patrols coming through here and they see a known letter, that is not something that would naturally
Okay.
form.
All
They
right.
would know.
Fine. All right. I'll scatter them about near the invisible thing
Okay.
to make my marker. Then.
All right. You guys are
Noting that
ready
it's
to
by this
adventure
rabbit
then.
log.
It takes you maybe, I'd say, a good 15 minutes to get everything finished and set up.
All right. Can I, after we've done this, can I do a good lookout to make sure that we haven't been spotted doing all
Sure,
this?
go ahead and make me perception checks. Everybody can do this.
Oh, nope. I'm not paying attention. Well,
None of us are.
no, we were.
None of us are.
Putting up those tents.
All right, everybody go ahead and make me stealth checks.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Wow,
This is not.
fantastic.
I mean, Desh and Ash are pretty good.
And
So.
we're just noisy.
Desh and Nash, you're not noisy. I mean, you're on a beach. There's a very loud ocean behind you that's constantly crashing against the crashing against the coast. I mean, there's some foamy rocks out there. There's the breeze that sort of blows through the swamps and makes this sort of intricate whistling noise as it goes through the elephant grass. So there's plenty of noise pollution, but what is going on is while Nash is trying to sort of more so dig himself like a trench towards closer inland, keeping himself and also using his scales, which are closer to the sand's color, a little off because they're meant for the Great Desert on the mainland. But relatively close to sand colored. As Nash and Desh are sneaking closer inland, the two of you are just walking, plainly with no real care in the world, along the beach as you're going. Let's see. Wow, 9, 7, and 6. Wait a minute. Sorry,
That's
7,
20.
6, and 8. I'm looking for the. No, I was looking for the perception checks. So, Desh, it's not until it's too late that you do realize that there is a patrol of individuals that is making its way further up the coast, maybe a good 300 feet away from you guys. They're making their way out of a patch of some of the elephant grass, and what catches your eye immediately is this large, bulbous, floating circular object that's following them around. And a few of these Yuan-Ti heads begin to turn in you guys' direction. And Desh, as you notice this, the rest of you would also begin to notice them, as you clearly can see these humanoid figures off in the distance, and they start tapping each other on the shoulder and pointing in your direction.
Alright, well, we're already spotted. Are they approaching with ill intent, it looks like?
At this point, they're approaching. Give me a insight check. 22. They're beginning to form an actual formation. As you can see, the smaller of the group are taking up the front. Some of them with, well, actually, all of the smaller ones with shields and what looks like short swords at the side that are drawn at this point. There is a larger snake-like creature, two of them in particular, behind them, which are sort of slithering behind, and the two of them have these oversized longbows in their grasp as they're making their way down the beach. And in between those two larger, actual snake-like individuals, you just see this bulbous floating orb of flesh that gets closer and closer and closer. Go ahead and make me an Arcana check as it gets within more detailed range.
Desh doesn't know magic.
Cinna, okay. Cinna and Desh, yeah, you would recognize it. Sasha, not so much. So Cinna and Desh, as this thing is getting closer, you begin to realize, fuck, that's a beholder.
Okay.
Oh, great.
And it's at about that time that you watch as one of the larger creatures, one of the larger snake-like creatures in the background, sort of pulls up short, and they fire off this arrow in your direction, and it lands a little bit short, and maybe about 30 feet short. Everybody go ahead and let's get over to the battle map and get ready to roll me some initiatives.
Oh.
Well, I got guns. Guns outweigh bows.
I like this. Just for the record. Don't like.
To give you guys a bit of a reference, I'm going to mark over here is the beginning of the swamps and the elephant grass. Just so you know, and the boat wouldn't actually be here at this point because you're further up the beach. All right, let me get the initiative tracker.
Okay, someone needs you to put on Nash's turn.
I'm
Get a
just
19.
special.
Yep, absolutely. Add turn. You can go ahead and enter the number for Nash. So, while that's going on, I need to run over to here, and let's change the music up a little bit. Let's change some things up as we go here, and...
Alright, let's play.
Keep that ocean there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so, wow, not bad. Not bad at all. Let's go ahead and roll their initiative. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I said not bad
Plus
at
2,
all. I
plus
said, huh?
3, and minus 1.
Hey, 3 out of 4 is pretty good.
Yeah, you guys did a great job.
Split these into 2 groups. Oops.
They're on top of it.
And then we're going to have these 2 individuals by themselves as well. They are plus 3s.
Wow.
And then him by himself. And he is a minus 1. 9. Move him so I can add him to the turn. There we go. Alright, so we're looking at a 21, 20, 12, 5, and a 9. Okay. Let's go confirm those. Descending order. Desh, what's your dex bonus?
Pretty sure my dex is +5, yeah.
Okay, so we'll say 0.5 on you, and we'll put a 0.3 on the. Or sorry, no, you are a 0.2. All right, Senna, what's your bonus?
I don't know.
Your dexterity bonus.
3.
3.
Well, I have +3 to initiative. My dex bonus
Oh, okay.
is only 2.
I'll take
I don't
that.
know where that other one's coming from.
I will take
That's
that.
the item, I imagine.
3. They are still 0.2. All right. Is that the only tie? Those are the only ties. Great. Let me reorder these. Sadesh, you're up first.
Okay, so they fired a shot at us that fell short intentionally, it looks like.
Yeah.
Okay, are they still looking to, like, approach, or are they, like, holding position where it's like, don't come any closer?
They have taken up a formation, and you can see that the 2 large snake-like figures, which are commanding over these smaller humanoid figures with snake heads, are beginning to give a couple of orders.
Okay. I am gonna say Desh is drawing a bead on this commander right here.
Okay, so you draw a bead on the
And-
left commander.
Yep, I'm basically gonna hold an action to fire in case they decide they're gonna charge. I don't know if
Okay.
this is just gonna be hesitantly hold the line against trespassers, or they're gonna actively attack us, and I'm gonna attack back.
Alright, so you hold your action to fire, essentially sussing out what they're about to do here. And that'll bring us to Group 1. And you can see after, as the large snake figure behind Group 1 gives out a few commands, they begin splitting off. Let's see here. So, what's your movement speed? Your movement speed is 30. Great. So, just moving it there. You are, gonna go straight. And then you are gonna go to about there. And you can see they have their short swords and shields at the ready as they are beginning to move up. And I'd say your held action goes ahead and goes off because it looks like they're getting ready to charge here.
All right. Well, sir, fuck you in particular, kaboom.
Okay.
15.
15. That is just enough to hit for 30
Okay.
points of piercing damage. Luckily, your weapon is magical.
I don't like when you say that. It tells me Nash is going to be just a hit point sponge and do nothing this fight.
So 30 points of damage. Fantastic. So you go ahead and line up the shot, and you fire, and you watch as the gun cracks off, and a bullet kicks up a bit of sand and dust around you, and a couple of sand particles that have collected in between the scales of Nash. and slams into the abdomen of one of the large snake commanders. And he reels back a bit before curling sort of like a cobra, and then straightening himself out, flicking his tongue out.
Alright, carry on.
To be, let's see here. Alright, so that was their initial movement. They're going to go ahead and dash now. Let's see.
Move 60 feet up regularly?
They're dashing.
Well, yeah, didn't they move there and they're going to dash another 60 feet?
No, you are correct. Yeah, why are they... Why did I think
They
they
would
would
be
get 60?
dashing
Yeah, 30.
another 30 feet.
Another 30. My bad.
I say these guys are freakishly snake fast.
Yeah, there you go. Here. He's going to go to there, and this one's going to cut in. And he's going to cut into there. As you can see, they're beginning to run up the sand towards you. All right, Senna. It looks like they're charging. What are you going to do?
Okay. These big snake guys are the ones with the crazy bows, or do they all?
Yeah, they have these oversized long swords strapped onto their backs, sort of haphazardly, and as well as a large arrow quiver hanging from their belt, which is just at their midsection. And huge long bows in their hands. Not huge, but large long bows in their hands.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Excuse me. I'm going to cast Wind Wall. And I am going to make it... let's see. I'm just gonna make it like this in front of us so that we can step out and step back if we want to.
All right. So you go ahead and play a small ditty and move your hand in front of all of your companions, and a wind wall springs up in front of you as in front of all of you as a large shield.
And I will. Oh, excuse me. I will give a bardic inspiration to Sasha.
All right, bardic inspiration to Sasha. That's marked.
Thank you.
That it?
Yes.
Fantastic. All right, group 2. They're going to go ahead and dash. Yeah, they're straight just going to dash to there. So all 3 of them. All right. Whoop. Whoop. Okay. Nash.
Well, I don't want to immediately charge out from behind the shield, but my boy Nash can't do anything else otherwise, so... Maybe in front of that shield's not gonna fuck me up or anything, right?
Oh, it absolutely will.
Wall aspiration. Each creature within the area. Alright, so hang on. So, if I go anywhere in front of this?
No, it's
Let's
just
see.
when the wall appears. When it appears, if you're in its, like, area, you take bludgeoning
Basically-
damage.
Okay, so basically it blocks small scale.
It'll
attacks.
block arrows.
It'll block
and
arrows, yeah.
and stuff, but you can walk through it.
Ah, okay, great. So now that it's up, you're good to go, but
Okay,
earlier
in
you
that
would have taken
case,
damage, so you're good.
Charging through, Nash lay into him with a big meaty claw.
All right, so Nash goes ahead and charges through the wind wall, and you watch as a large cluster of dust and sand begins to lift off of him straight up into the air as he pushes through, creating sort of this semi-vortex for a moment as he breaks through it before charging up to the closest like half human, half snake creature, and taking a slash at a 20 is probably going to hit. Let's see here.
You guys are somehow tankier than the big boys. I'd be shocked.
Yeah, that's definitely going to hit for 13 slashing. All right, so Nash goes ahead and runs through that wind wall and slashes and takes a good chunk of meat out of the shoulder, but he is still up.
Alright, well, unfortunately, he doesn't get the reaction hit because they were too far away when I shot, so that's it from my boy.
All right. So, now that the orders have been given, you watch as the first Snake Commander who you shot. Let's see what he would like to do. No, he can't do that. Let's see here. Alright. What's the range on this? That's a 30-foot cone, so he's not going to do that. Alright. So, he is going to take a shot with his longbow at Nash, since he has broken the wind wall and come out to play. So that is going to be a +6 to hit. Slash R, 1d20, it's +6.
Oh, that's a miss.
Wow, 8. And you guys don't have pack tactics. However, you do have multi-attack, so he's going to take another shot. As you watch the first arrow go far and wide and actually hit the upper edge of the wind wall and sort of fly up for a moment and then swing back around and then land once again in the wind wall, and it just kind of begins surfing there in place on top of the wind wall. And he's going to go ahead and take another shot at Nash. 21.
That'll hit.
Okay, so Nash is going to take, let's see here, that's 2d8 plus 3s, sure, 2d8 plus 3, 10 points of piercing damage, as the long arrow shaft comes streaking down from the sky and slides right in between some of his plates. And goes a good, goes up to about the second knuckles worth of distance into the flesh. Let's see here. All right. So he needs to make me a Constitution saving throw. The DC on this is 14.
Motherfucker.
Okay, so he takes 3d6 points of... No, he doesn't. Nash is immune to poison. So
Yes, he
he's
is.
good. He's good. And there's no additional effects. All right. Fantastic. So as he gets the shot in, you can see this wicked, curled, toothy smile crawl over the commander's face. However, it quickly drops as he notices that it's having nowhere near the effect that he expected once it hit. And he barks something over towards the other commander as he notices that. And he's going to slither... Let's see here. What is your movement speed? You're 40 feet. So he's going to go ahead and move, yeah, to right up there. Alright. So he goes ahead and he slithers across the sand very agilely to sort of begin flanking the wind wall. And, alright, looks like my computer had a little bit of a hiccup there. Sorry about that. That'll end his turn. And that'll bring us to our fun floating beholder friend.
Yeah.
Everybody go ahead and give me perception checks, now that he is this close to you.
What does my lizard eyes see? They see a lot.
So Desh and Cinna, the two of you immediately notice that this beholder, something's wrong with it. There are clumps of skin that look like they're dry and flaky, and other clumps of skin that look like they have slawn off with age. and there are these massive clumps of large flies that are sort of circling around where the skin is sort of melted away, and there's pure white bone and mush underneath. As you can see, rotten muscle and bone. This beholder's not alive.
Gross.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's see here. What is your movement? Your movement is 20 feet. All right. So it's just going to go ahead and dash. You know what? It's going to dash right about there. All right. So it goes ahead and begins dashing away, or not, yeah, dashing away from where the commanders were standing, and it begins heading for the elephant grass. And I need to check on something, because it has moved closer. Great, fantastic. All right, so that doesn't go off. Sasha, you're up.
All right, I haven't done this in a long time. I'm going to go for this guy right here. If it will actually, this one right there.
Okay, so you go ahead. You see that Nash is engaged with one of these creatures, and you've picked that as your target. What are you going to do?
I'm going to shoot him with my pistol. Pew pew.
All right, 12.
Ah,
Just barely hits. For
Wow,
6 points of
okay.
piercing damage.
sneak attack.
And another 16 from sneak attack. All right, so you go ahead and you crack off a shot towards the creature that is in combat with Nash, and you see the bullet sort of. It looks like it's a headshot initially, and you can see that it actually scrapes off quite a bit of scale and flesh and muscle from the left side of its face, right next to its eye. But it didn't kill it. However, it looks like this thing is very wounded at this point. One might
Okay.
even consider him bloodied.
In my other hand, I have my hand crossbow. And I'm going to try and go for the same target.
Okay.
This guy right here. And with my hand crossbow, pew pew.
No, it
Nope.
goes wide. As it harmlessly flies into some of the elephant grass. Would you like to move?
Right now, no. I think I'm going to stay right here.
All right. That brings us to Cobra Commander 2, who is going to go ahead and he sees what's going on here, and he has a better idea. So he's just going to dash. Let's see, his total movement with a dash is 80 feet. Yeah, so he can get right in there.
Wow.
He's going to go ahead and just move into here, and you can see that he sort of disappears into the elephant grass. Right? Dash.
Alright, what kind of ranges are we working with right here? 60, 50, what is the range? Nope, wrong sheet. Dash.
Oh,
dash.
everybody's well within range.
I know everyone's within gun range.
Excuse me.
What I'm checking is if people are within 100 mark range, which they all are. So, the age-old dilemma. Do we focus the boss or do we handle the ads? Well, I don't like that thing. it's undead, and also it is a beholder, so rule 1, that is bad. So, before it has a chance to do any bullshittery, I'm going to Hunter's Mark the beholder.
Okay, you go ahead and Hunter's Mark the Beholder. And let's put down for you that symbol. There you go.
And then I'm going to take aim at the beholder.
Okay, you take aim at the Beholder and fire with a natural
Crit.
20.
Nice.
That does, in fact, hit for 26 points of damage.
Which I'll just roll this manually for the Hunter's Mark. For 8 more Hunter's Mark damage.
Okay, so let me see here. Your total bonus is, let's see here. So
That crit makes me sad. I got 2 ones.
And then an additional 8.
Yep.
So you do 50 points of damage total.
Ooh,
All
that's
right.
a good big number.
Okay, so you go ahead and you fire off your shot into this undead beholder, and you watch as a large hole forms in it, and it quickly begins to fill with pus and bile, and already you can begin to see the hole very slowly getting smaller.
Ah, great. Either it's slopping back together or it's actually regenerating. I don't know. But reaction, Nash. Snack time. That's
Okay, with a 10, unfortunately, no, I don't think he would get Pack Tactics because
Pack Tactics is a one-way thing. If
Yeah.
2 creatures are attacking and one has Pack Tactics, only that one gets advantage, the other one doesn't.
there you go. All right, so that brings us to a not hit, unfortunately. As you do no damage, Nash strikes down towards the creature he had already taken a chunk out of, seeing his opportunity in the shining moment of confusion between your shot and the fact that it was just hit in the head by one of Sasha's bullets. He strikes down, and unfortunately, it just the bullet hitting the head, and it's spinning for a moment, and recoiling sort of gives it the necessary space that it needs to dodge out of the way. That
Versus
is
it's
going
spoiled
to-
again.
Do you want to get off of Nash, or will you stay where you are?
I mean, you get to get hit, but I don't know if that beholder's going to do something nasty AoE related, so I think I will hop off. Nope. Actually, no. Hopping off is real bad in almost every direction, because forward is towards the bosses, left is going to be towards, I know that snake is slithering up through the swamp, and right is just into the ad, so if I hop back, I'm not going to have a very clean shot through the wind wall. But I guess for now I'm going to stay mounted up.
Okay. You stay mounted up. That brings us to Group 1. One of them is already engaged with you. This one's going to go ahead and use his movement to move up. The other one is going to take the initiative along with his other comrades. And, yep, just go ahead and he's going to push around 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's going to get about there. He doesn't have anyone to strike right now, so he'll go ahead and dash, and he will get within range of the two of you. And these two are going to take strikes against the big bad Nash. So let's see here. They are let's see. Multi-attack with their scimitars is +5. 1d20 plus 5. 13. Does that hit or no? Target Nash.
No.
Those, no.
Okay, great. And then the other one's going to make his 2 strikes. 24 and a 19.
Both of those will hit.
Both of those will hit. All right. So while the first one, who's already been wounded by Nash, tries to retort and give some punishment back, Nash quickly reacts, moving his paws and slightly shifting here and there to get out of the way of the blows that are delivered towards him. However, that is enough of a distraction for the other one to get 2 quick stabs in, as he's going to do D6 plus 3 each time. So slash R1. 6 plus 3. So the first one he takes 4 points of slashing damage, and the second one he takes 9.
Ow.
All right. And that's going to end their turn. That's going to bring us to Cinna.
Okay.
So you've put up your wind wall. You can see that there's a bit of fighting and shooting going on with your other companions trying to combat the smaller, more your-size creatures that are charging up. One of the commanders slinks off into the elephant grass. The other one, who was hit earlier by Desh, is currently flanking around to get a shot, possibly off at you or even Sasha around the wind wall that you've put up. One of them has run around your wind wall and gotten up into your face, and you can see that 3 others are quickly behind him, charging up.
Is Nash okay hit point wise for now?
Would you say Nash is bloodied?
No, he is not.
So you can see that he has a couple of scrapes and scratches here and there, but no serious damage.
Okay, then I'm going to throw a guiding bolt at the beholder.
Does that require you to make a spell attack roll?
Yes.
Okay, then you would have it at disadvantage, because unless you have Warcaster, because there is a creature standing next to you who is threatening you.
I don't think I have Warcaster, but disadvantage, it's a 17.
Okay. 17 against the Beholder. Is that enough? I say yes, that is enough, as that does indeed hit. Guiding Bolt slams into the Undead Beholder and
32.
does 20 Radiant.
32, I cast
32,
it at a
higher
higher
level. Gotcha, 32. 32, he is undead, and the Radiant doubly affects him, so that becomes 64 points of damage. Alright. Oops. 64. So you watch as you reach your hand out and fire off a guiding bolt, and there is another large, vicious hole that blows in through this creature, and it falters quite a bit, and you can see that it's quite bloodied at this point. However, it's still up.
I don't like that beholder one bit. But I can't do anything else to it
there's
right
just like,
now.
yeah, there's just like this large pool of oozing pus, this greenish white pus that's beginning to pour and seep out into the sand below. Right. And that brings us to... Oh, yep, sorry. Would you like to move?
I was going to say that's it for me. I don't want to move. I'm good.
Okay. All right. So that brings us over to Group 2. And what they're going to do is they're going to kind of split themselves as well. So one's going to start making his way over to Nash, and it's going to take him a dash to get there. So he's going to go ahead and dash up to Nash. The other 2 are going to go ahead and continue their flank to get around this wind wall. And this one would just be able to get into contact with Sasha. And the other one is going to get to about here. And then he's going to go ahead... And yeah, he's going to go ahead and dash as well to swing around Cinna. All right. And the one that gets up with Sasha is going to go ahead and take a swing. So 1d20. They are a plus... let's see here. Nope, wrong one. You. I'm going to take 2 swings at you with his scimitar. 1, 2, 18.
First one hits.
Okay, so you take 1d6 plus 3. So you only take 4 points of slashing damage as this one, as you watch this this half man, half snake creature run up to you and slash into your shoulder as your pistols are pointed in the opposite direction. Okay, that's going to be the end of their turn. That's going to bring us to Nash.
All right, my boy. Let's finish off this guy that you've been attacking to the top of you. Just smack him away. 17 for 10.
17, that is going to hit for 10 points of damage. Let's see here. Is that enough? So you watch as he slashes down and takes a chunk out of his right shoulder and leaves these deep claw marks that are oozing with blood. However, he is still up.
Alright.
We're talking about this guy here, this guy that I even hit.
Mm-hmm.
He's still up.
Yep.
Okay, that's a lot of damage that he's taken.
Oh, that's only
He's
like
taken
20
45 points of damage.
Okay, that's way more. I thought he only took the one shot and then the one claw.
No, I hit him too.
Yeah, like the one
Okay.
bullet and the one claw. I didn't think it was that much damage put together.
Well,
He's
I had
taken a
sneak
lot of
attack.
damage. Sneak attack did a number on him.
He's taken a lot of damage. He should have gone down, but he didn't. Even with another 10. Okay.
Well, that's the best I got.
All right. Would Nash like to move at all? What's Nash's plan here?
I'm pretty sure Dash is damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. If he tries to move, he's going to get a bunch of hits, but... You know, I think this stubborn stay my ground is what gets me near death every fight, so... There's not really a place I can retreat to, though, without them reaching me in the same turn. Even go. You couldn't make it there. You couldn't make it to anything else. No, if I'm just running at this point, I'm just going to take extra hits that I'm going to get hit again next round either way. But... You know what? I'm going to try and be strategic about this. And say... Nash falls back to there. Specifically, he's only going to take 2 attacks with how he's moved.
Okay, so he goes
That
ahead
way
and
if we-
falls back behind the wind wall to prevent any further shots at him from the long-range boys. And 2 of them will go ahead and take their attacks. Luckily for Nash, they do not have Sentinel. 21.
21 will hit.
Okay. So he only takes 4 points of slashing damage. As one of them gets a lucky hit in. It's the same one that hit Nash earlier. As the first one swings wildly, the second one comes in with a more precise stab. You can see this might be a tactic of theirs to get Nash off his feet and dodging, and then stab him in the dodge. All right. That's going to be the end of Nash's turn, I do believe. So that brings us to... Oh.
No, that's it. It was turn.
Okay.
He doesn't have bonus actions.
Cobra Commander 2. He sees that you guys have gone ahead and moved behind the wind wall again, so he's not going to take a shot. Instead, he is just going to continue his movement. He has a normal 40 feet, so he is going to... if he gets there, yeah, he'll be able to hit. I'd say he'd only be able to hit Senna, so yeah. He'll go ahead and move his 40 feet to there. So... Boop. And he's going to take a single shot at Senna. And he is going to notch his other one, not taking his multi-attack in this particular instance. Why? You don't know. Right, so he is 1d20 plus 6. Does a 14 hit you, Senna? I doubt it.
No.
Okay, great. So you watch as this large arrow goes whizzing past you and scatters and skips harmlessly in the sand behind you. And he notches another arrow, but he does not fire. So that is going to be the end of his turn. We come to the Beholder, which is going to... Let's see here. Okay, it's going to go ahead and just move up a little bit. And will that get into range? That will, because Nash is a huge creature, he can see the butt of Nash, and it is just within his range. As you watch one of its sort of limp-hanging stalks suddenly spring to life and point in the direction of Nash. Go ahead and roll me a 1d4 for Nash.
2.
2. All right. Make me a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw with Nash as a fear ray comes spraying out over the battlefield.
Great, my boy's gonna run.
14 just barely makes it, so he is absolutely fine. As you can feel Nash's muscles begin to tense a little bit, and you can feel he almost begins to take a step back and then gets some welled up reserve of courage and stands his ground. All right, and that's going to be the end of his turn. Sasha.
Okay. Since this guy is right here in my face, I am going to shoot him in the face.
All right. Unless you have the handgun expert feat, that is at disadvantage because he is threatening you and he is melee while you are ranged. But either way, it ends up with a natural 1 as you pull the trigger on the silenced pistol and you hear click. And you look down and failure to feed. You're going to have to clear that with a bonus action.
Okay. So I'm going to put my silencer away and I'm going to go ahead and pull out my sword.
Okay, so you go ahead and sacrifice your movement to put the silenced pistol away and draw the sword.
I will also put the hand crossbow in my tail because
firing it with your tail will give you disadvantage as well.
I need to use the sword two-handed.
Okay. Fantastic. So you stow your crossbow with your tail, and you go ahead and two-hand the blade. Unfortunately, you are unable to make another attack with your turn, but you do have a bonus action to cunning action if you want.
All right. My cunning action would be to...
the cunning action that you could have at this point is either to dash or disengage. Hiding would not be possible at this time.
All right. Okay. You know what? It's not worth it to disengage because if I move here, I'm in his face. If I move here, I'm still within that range. If I move here, it's still kind of hard. Well, I'll move here. I'll disengage to there.
Okay, you could also go through the wind wall and have your normal movement.
I'd rather not.
All right.
I'd rather not. I'll stay within the wind wall.
Okay, fantastic. So that'll end your turn. That brings us to Cobra Commander 2, who you currently can't see.
I have a stupid question.
Yes.
Can I use my inspiration. I didn't use my inspiration.
Use it on
Is
what?
it too late? The roll I just made.
No, it's a natural one. Even if you
Okay,
use your
so
inspiration,
it's
it
late.
would still fail.
Okay.
Natural one is a natural one is a
I
natural
can't
one.
do it.
Period.
Okay.
Yeah. Even if you
Okay, alright.
rolled a natural one
Never
and you
mind.
would have succeeded, because it's a natural one, you automatically fail no matter what.
I
All right.
understand. Okay.
So the Cobra Commander. This isn't Cobra Commander 2. It's Cobra Commander 1. He's going to go ahead and move 5. Go ahead and well, actually, what's everybody's passive perception?
Dash has got 16. Nash has 10.
Mine is 15.
Oh, no, he's got 13.
Okay, so 16 would be the DC for him. He
How
has
do
a
you
plus
know
6 to
what
his
your
stealth.
passive perception is?
Basically, 10 plus your perception modifier. I don't know which way that falls.
Okay, then I have a 14.
Okay, so you said it was Desh who had this?
Yeah.
All right, under or over?
I'm ready to be underwhelmed by seeing nothing.
Hey, so you
Yeah.
see, you can see a bit of the elephant grass moving about. As Desh would know, that he is right here.
All right. Noted.
Okay. Do you say that to the rest of your party?
Nope. Yeah. If I get time to speak in, I would.
I would say,
Point
yeah,
out
talking
over-
is a free action, so yeah.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, to go to. Eyes on left. One is in the grass. There, beyond the corpse.
All right, and you point out where he is, and he loses his stealth, which means he loses his sneak attack, as he is going to take a shot. Yeah, he has enough of a gap there, with Nash being so huge, to go ahead and take a shot at the back left leg of Nash. I'm going to go ahead and give Nash half cover. So I believe that's +3 to Nash's AC temporarily. 1d20 plus 6. He's going to take 2 shots. 1, 2, 17.
Oh, miss.
Both miss. All right. So you watch as Nash notices where you point out, hearing you call this out, and just as Nash looks over there, he quickly moves his hind leg out of the way as 2 arrows quickly come flying out of the elephant grass towards his leg. All right, and he is going to try and, well, actually, no. Yeah, he can't do that this turn. He'll have to do that next turn. All right, so Desh.
All right. So I don't like how most of this is going, but we're gonna make do. I'm gonna focus down that beholder for the time being. So take an aim. I don't get affected by being behind the wind wall, right?
I'm being nice and saying no, that bullets will go through it just fine.
Okay. They're more impactful than arrows. So
That's exactly why I'm
blam.
doing that. Yeah. 32, that's definitely going to hit.
Wow.
How would you like to do this?
seeing that big bulbousy eye is a perfect target, I'm just gonna blow straight on through that and out the back of the skull.
Fantastic. So you watch as this corpse-like beholder floating about, spilling out this greenish-white putrid liquid from the various holes that have been punched through it, opens its eyes and blinks them twice, and you can see this heavily cataracted central eye of the beholder. And just as it opens its eye once more, you fire at it, and the socket goes dark, and there is a splatter of putrid liquid that goes flying into the elephant grass behind it. That is a beholder down. All right.
So that's one with my bonus action then, because it's how I'm playing on this action to go. Bonus action, Hunter's Mark that guy in between.
Okay, so you go ahead and shift your hunter's mark on over.
Because then
And
Nash,
bonus.
as a reaction, will attack, and he's between me and a hostile Senna, so it gets advantage, correct?
Yep.
So, big old rear claw buck. 27.
27
for 15.
is going to hit for 15 points of damage. Go ahead and roll that. And 16 total damage. All right. As Nash simply does, the stereotypical horse kickback with his hind legs, and he kicks up a bit of sand, which temporarily, as the creature turns to look, blinds it as his chin is immediately met with the hind leg claws raking against them and pulling off bits of flesh. All right. He is still up, though. So, is that it?
Yeah, that'll be it for Desh this round.
Fantastic. So that brings us to Group 1. They are going to continue to move up here. And then the one that's already engaged with Cinna is going to go ahead and take his strike. Sashar, 1d20. That is plus, I believe, 5 for him. I'm going to double check that. So he's going to two strikes with his scimitar. Yeah, it's plus 5. 1, 2, 23.
That hits.
Okay.
Oh, I thought he was hitting me.
He is
No,
hitting
these
you.
are
Oh, okay. Yeah,
They
that
are?
hit.
Yes.
they got
I'm
mixed
starting.
up. I
Yeah,
thought this
so
was the Nash squad.
no. This one is from second group. This one is from first group.
Colorize them?
Sure. I'll go ahead and give all these guys marks. So I'll mark blue squad and red squad.
Yeah, that'll be helpful.
Blue squad. Red squad. There you go. Now you know who everybody is squad-wise.
All right.
Okay. So, yeah, that is going to be 1d6 plus 3 points of slashing damage. 6 points of slashing damage. All right. And then the other two, with disadvantage, are going to take their attacks through the wind wall at Nash.
It's going to be a lot of dice.
Plus 5. So the first one attacking with disadvantage for his first strike. Luckily,
15 will miss.
15
God.
misses, avoiding the natural 20. His second strike, another natural 20, completely negated by a 14, which
I don't
misses.
like these 20s that are lurking, Aaron.
The other one is going to take his 2 attacks. We're starting with his first strike at disadvantage.
Okay, it's
12?
missing. What are you doing? Get 12's gonna miss. Can we shove the loaded
Love
dice,
that
Aaron?
wall.
All right, second strike. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, there's a crit in here. I swear to fucking God. Okay, it's
All
finally
right.
broken. Fucking hell.
Fantastic. Wow, that was 1, 2, 3 crits back to back. Totally negated thanks to the wind wall.
Fucking hell.
All right. So they all miss as they attempt to slash through the wind wall and are buffeted each time their blade goes in, slowing it down just enough for Nash to quickly dodge out of the way each time. Cinna.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Let's see. I probably need to make a check for my concentration. I'm okay.
14, you're fine, yeah.
I am going to... Oh, nope, wrong tab. I'm gonna cast... Let's see.
Keep in mind that because you don't have Warcaster, they will be able to opportunity attack you while you're casting, and if you do a ranged one, you're going to have disadvantage.
What?
So you don't have the Warcaster feat, which means
Right.
when you cast, when threatened by enemies within melee, they get a attack of opportunity against you using their reaction should they wish.
Really?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh. I don't
And then
like
if
that.
it's a ranged spell attack, your ranged
Yeah.
spell gets disadvantage on top of that. because you're in melee with creatures right next to you.
It's because of these guys.
This is why
No,
a
I
lot of
get that.
casters pick up Warcaster.
Yeah, I can't get a feat until next level, so I don't have Warcaster. I can't do anything but cast a spell, so I guess I'll just have to do it anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Shatter.
Okay.
And I'm going to hang on, I'll put it in there. I'm gonna cast it like I can draw a circle. Alt for a circle. Like no, that's not how you draw a circle. I don't know.
will go ahead
I'm gonna
and
cast
give you a
it so it
symbol.
hits these 3 dummies right here.
Yeah.
You probably can't see that because I have hide from others. These 3.
All right. Let
wanted
me
to
go
hit
ahead and
those
give you this lantern. It's 20-foot radius, right?
10
Oh,
foot
10,
radius.
10-foot radius. All right, 10-foot radius. C, controlled by Sasha. Sasha? No, Senna.
Senna.
Controlled by
It's on my
Senna.
hand.
C and save. All right, there you go. Move it around as you please.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna cast it so it just hits the 3 of them, and clearly, obviously, does not hit.
All right. So you go ahead and cast that, and they need to make
A con save.
a Constitution saving throw / R1d20 plus. What is your con, boys and girls? Your con is a +1. All right. 2, 3. That's 3 failures as they take 3d8 thunder damage. Waiting for the damage.
Isn't it?
Oh, it
already
rolled
there?
it.
It
It's
says
12.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't see that above.
12. It already.
My bad. All right, 12.
Maj.
Okay, so 12 damage to you, 12 damage to you, and 12 damage to the one that's already been hurt. How would you like to do this?
It just falls down dead. That's
Okay.
all I got.
As a little spin on it, as you cast the shatter in that area, you watch as the one that's missing a chunk of its head and has several claw marks from Nash on it. You watch as the thunderous wave bursts out in that area, and it liquefies him into a pool of blood and chunks of bone as he falls dead. And then that goes away. All right. So, is that the end of your turn, or would you like to move?
I'm not going to move, but I'm going to use some inspiring words for Dash.
All right. What are your
Give
inspiring
him bardic
words?
inspiration. He I don't know, he is almighty, and we're so close to finding the heart, and we will slay these foes and save his mummy.
Okay. Fantastic. For the mummy, you go ahead and give him bardic inspiration, and you notice the creatures around you don't actually take the attack of opportunity against you because they don't have the feat that allows them to do that.
Okay.
All right. So, you lucked out on that one. Let's see here. But, group 2.
Putting out the threat of Mage Slayer everywhere.
Slash R1d20. So, first off, we're starting with the one that's attacking Nash, who is on the other side of the wind wall, getting disadvantage. So, here we go. First attack. And And that's a miss. And then second attack. That's a miss. All right. Now for the ones with advantage from Group 2, attacking Cinna. So, Cinna, first strike from the one in between yourself and Nash, coming at you with his scimitar. 15.
Nope.
Second strike from him. 17.
Nope.
All right, he takes 2 swings at you and completely whiffs. But as he is doing that, the other one also comes down with his blade. First strike, 16, misses. Other strike, 17, misses. So they both go into this twirling dervish of blades towards you. And almost like a ballerina, you quickly dodge and stand on your tippy toes and do a little twirl. No harm comes to you.
My mind is more just, you got heavy AC armor, you just kind of turtle into the armor momentarily.
No, I'm a ballerina.
All right. So, Nash.
Alright, so, because these guys are apparently attacking me through disadvantage, my big brain worries of they're going to come around and get flanking with this asshole hasn't happened yet, but now that I've said it, I want to make sure it doesn't happen. So Nash, with advantage, claw the shit out of him.
All right. 26 is going to hit for 12 points of damage. Roll that beautiful, there you go. Hunter's Mark for another 2. All right. You managed to do a total of 30 damage on him. You've scarred him up pretty bad. There are a few deep gashes in his back that are bleeding heavily, and he is bloodied but not down.
That's gonna be it for my boy. He really can't get any further behind this wind wall to avoid range attacks, so.
Cobra Commander 2, taking 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. With 40 base movement, he's going to go ahead and go down there, and he's going to get a nice clean shot at Gunboy, and he's going to take 2 well-aimed shots at Sir Desh. So, here we go.
He's trying to shoot me?
He's shooting you, the rider, the man with the boomstick. He is a +6 to hit with his longbow. So 1, 2, 16, and a 23.
Oh, hit.
All right, so you take. I will just make me 2 Constitution saving throws, and I'm gonna group this damage up together. So that's 48 plus 6.
I think I'm about to get my shit rocked in one turn.
Oops. So hold on. /R. So you take 31 points of piercing damage from the 2 arrows that slam into you. 2 Constitution saving throws, DC 14,
outright,
please.
The arrows almost bloodied me in one go, so this is not going to go well.
7 is a fail. 14 is a save. So you take no poison damage from the second one, but from the first one, you take an additional /R 3d6. 12 points of poison damage. You were not poisoned, however.
I've gone to bloodied in one turn, so.
All right. And that is going to end his turn. The zombie beholder makes his one and only check to see if he resurrects. D20.
Fucker. Swear to God, if you get up.
So, 10 or above. Oops. 3!
Okay.
He's permanently dead. We can take him off the initiative tracker. All right. Sasha.
Oh my god. I am going to slice this guy in half because he seems to be a problem.
From watching the fight earlier with Nash, you know that fighting through the wind wall will give you disadvantage.
No, I'm not fighting through the wind wall. I'm hitting him.
Okay, you have to move down to him in order to do that. You're not next to him currently.
Okay, I'll move down to him, and then I'll slash through him.
All right, so make your attacks.
Okay, so let me go ahead and hit him.
A Blade of Lawful Judgment 12 for
Do I hit
him.
him?
You have Bardic Inspiration.
Do
Plus
you
I have
think
Bardic
12
Inspiration
is
as well.
enough?
No, I'm going to use the Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
What do I type in for inspiration?
Oh, it's a D8.
Okay, so slash
I might have-
R1D8.
Made that up. What level are we? We're level 8. Yeah, it's a D8.
Okay, well, 15
Okay,
hit him.
15. 15 is going to hit. All right.
Okay.
I will not tell you if the 12 would have hit or not, because that would be cheating.
All right.
All right.
Well,
So
15, I'm going to hit him.
you hit.
With,
Go ahead and roll me your sneak attack.
Okay, and my sneak attack is there.
All right. So another 10. All right. So a grand total of 19 points of damage to him.
19.
And the question becomes, is he evil? Yes, indeed he is. All right.
Wow.
So that is actually not going to be a 19, but it becomes a 38.
A 38.
All right.
I slice him right now.
Yes, in fact, you do, as he drops dead.
Okay.
And you were worried about this fight.
All right. I still have movement, so I'm going to move here.
All right, so you take a 5-foot step up to this creature, you slash him in half, and you watch his two halves slowly spill apart and fall onto the sand below, and then you quickly take another 5-foot step over to one of the creatures attacking Senna.
I
And
can't use the same weapon.
no, you cannot,
So, with
but
my
you
hand-
could with a disadvantage because you are threatened by him currently. Okay, here's what I'll give you. All right,
Okay.
I'm going to give you this to you. If you stay in the previous spot that you were beforehand, you can shoot him with the
Okay.
crossbow. Well, you're still having disadvantage because it's in your tail. Sorry. So it wouldn't matter either way.
Right.
But theoretically, in the
rather-
future, if you had like an offhand weapon that wasn't in your tail, and you fired it
Right.
at somebody, and you at least had
Right.
5-foot separation, you wouldn't get disadvantage.
Right.
But in this
Okay.
instance, it doesn't matter either way.
It is in my tail because I have to two-hand this.
Right,
this
and your
blade.
tail may be dexterous, but your tail is not
yeah, but
dexterous
it's
enough
not
to
used.
wield a crossbow. It's dexterous enough
Right.
to like
Um,
stab somebody with a blade or pick something up, but not fire a crossbow accurately.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to hit this guy at disadvantage.
Uh-huh.
With my blade.
All right. You can't use your blade because you already used your blade, so you have to fire with your crossbow.
Oh, you said I could do it with disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah, your crossbow.
All right,
So-
I misunderstood you.
Absolutely.
Okay, then I have to use my crossbow.
Yeah. So what is so your crossbow was a +4. We're not going to take that roll.
Crossbow at
What we're going to do
Okay.
is we're going to go to your first roll that you did and just -3 from it. So with disadvantage,
Okay.
you'd still hit him. Yeah, with that because your disadvantage roll was a 20 -3. That's plenty to hit him. All right.
And I only hit him at 2.
All right. So you do 2
Only
points
hit him
of
at-
piercing
and that's actually a
damage.
Slash.
All right. So is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
All right, Cobra Commando 1. He's going to attempt to hide in the tall grass with his cunning action. So go ahead and make me perception checks. So, you all watch. Sasha, you are the only one who loses sight of him. Everybody else,
Yeah.
you just watch as he pokes his head back in the elephant grass and doesn't move. And then fires 2 shots at Nash. So, No sneak attack here. However, 1, 2, 23.
Yeah, 23 will hit.
Okay, so he's only gonna do. You only do with your oversized longbow. 2d8 plus 3, which are 2d8 plus 3. 17 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, only 17 damage.
Could have had sneak attack. All right, that brings us to Dash. Actually, real quick, he's going to move, and all of you but Sasha will know where he moves. He's going to move to there. So,
trying to remember, it's the one in the swamps that I shot originally, right?
the one, yeah, that is the one in the elephant grass that he's the one you shot originally.
Hunter's marking that guy.
Or sorry, no, actually, you shot the other one originally. My bad. The other one is the one who has damage on him.
So they crisscrossed, okay.
Yeah, they crisscross.
Alright, well, in that case, Hunter's mark on the one I injured that's already over there.
Okay, you move your Hunter's mark over.
Plus he's the one who's drawn a bead on me right now, which I don't much care for.
Yeah, he considers you a direct threat and has harmed you considerably.
Oh, I completely fucking forgot on all that damage. I forgot I have my fucking Displacer Cloak. God damn, it's been forever. Ever.
That would help. That would definitely help.
Help this. Crit with shitty damage.
Nice.
All right. So, okay.
So
Plus your Hunter's mark
26.
of 4. Okay.
Disappointing. I've had regular shots do more damage. Alright.
So that comes to a total of 34 damage total. Alright. So you blast off another shot, and you can see it takes another chunk out of his... it looks like it hits his collarbone. And at this point, he is... yeah, he's bloodied.
There's that.
And you've done, looking over him, you've done maybe about 64 damage.
Got damage off.
Excuse me.
Alright. Now, because it's going one way, does it go the other way? If Nash tries to lash against the wall with...
It goes both ways.
Gotcha. Well... I mean, I don't know what Nash would use this reaction for in any other time in this current layout. So, yeah, I guess let's go for a disadvantage claw through the wind. 10, yeah. So I don't think Nash is going to hit Red Boy through the wall there. You are muted, so I'm not hearing you right now.
All right, there we go. So yeah, no, his claw slows down just enough for it to miss, unfortunately. Okay, and let me go ahead and mark these Cobra commanders so that you know who they belong to as well. Blue. There we go. All right. So, is that going to be the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Group 1. Seeing as he has disadvantage, and he doesn't like it too much, he's going to move through the wind wall 5 feet, and he's going to take a slash.
Doesn't he get automatic damage as soon as he
No,
moves through
it's
that
only
wall?
when the wall initially activates that any creature within the wall would take damage. Once the wall has been up, it's just literally a buffeting wind that stops arrows.
Okay.
All right. And in the future, I think I'm going to make it disadvantage for bullets going through it. To balance it out a bit, because arrows can't go through it at all. Let's see here. So, right, he's going to take his attacks at Nash. That is his main target. He sees no reason to take his advantage at Sasha at the moment. So here we go. Regular attack. First attack from his scimitar, 19.
Oh, yeah.
And second attack from his scimitar, 20. Both hit. All right. So he is going to
Wow.
do a whopping. Let's see here. 2d6 plus 6. If I combine the two. So 2d6 plus 6. 16 points of slashing damage against Nash. And you can see a grin crawls across his snaky face, and his tongue slithers out for a moment as he is pleased with himself that he has once again hurt the large creature on the battlefield. And he's actually been the only one that's really done damage to Nash outside of the one arrow Nash has taken. So that will then bring us to the other one.
Getting the shit bit out of him slowly.
He's the one who's beating the shit out of Nash.
Yeah.
Everybody else has been able to do jack all to Nash, but he is the Yuan Ti who is fucking up Nash. The other one on blue team is going to take his attacks normal, because no flanking in this instance, against Sasha. So that is going to be attack number 1. 22 is going to hit. 23 is going to hit. All right, so
That's
same
gonna
damage
hit.
calculation as you take 12 points of slashing damage from the creature who initially approached you. All right, and that is going to bring us to Cinna.
Okay, I'm gonna cast a healing word on Dash.
Okay, healing word on Dash. Would you like to do it at a higher level? Yes, you
19
would. 19
healing.
points of healing.
And then I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on the one that has been hitting Nash.
Okay, fantastic. On the one that's been hitting Nash. All right, it is a damaged creature, so it'll take a d12 worth of damage if it fails its wisdom saving throw. So, let's see.
Wow.
His
Thanks for
wisdom
conniving. They're not known for their wisdom. They're known for
is
intelligence.
a +1. So not sure on 1d20. +1. Boop. 11. He
Damn.
fails. So he's going to take a d12 worth of damage. He takes...
Seriously?
Oh, 2d12. Yeah.
2d12.
Yeah.
Wow.
4 damage.
He takes
Standard.
4 points
Oh my
of
god.
necrotic damage, and his maximum hit points are reduced by 4, as the necrotic damage rules for this campaign are. Okay, wow. So we watch as this dark purplish energy surrounds this creature that's been beating the ever-living crap out of Nash, and these mystical bells sort of pop in and out of the mist, creating these horrifying shrieking bell tolls, and the tiniest dribble of blood begins to pour out of one of its ear slits. All right.
Oh, that was sad and terrible. But that's the best I could do.
Would
for
you
now.
like to move?
No.
Okay, that brings us to Group 2. So Group 2, one of them is going to... The one next to Cinna is going to move, provoking an attack of opportunity should Sasha be willing to take it.
I will.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack with your longsword against him. .24 is going to hit for 10 points of slashing damage. And he has now been officially damaged. As you cut into his back as he runs around Cinna and prepares for a flank to take some advantage slashes at Cinna. So here we go. With advantage, first attack. 14's going to miss. Second attack, 20.
20 hits.
20 hits. All right, so he only does... Let's see here... 8 points of slashing damage to you. The other one on the red team is going to step over the body of his dead friend and step on down to get advantage with the flanking on Nash. However, he is still at disadvantage, meaning it cancels out for him because he's on the other side of the wind wall.
Yay.
Cinna, you're fine damage-wise for keeping the wind wall up. Alright, so here we go. 2 attacks against Nash. 1, 2. And they both miss horribly, just scraping off with ease against the tough scaled hide of Nash. And that brings us to Nash's turn.
Alright, Nash, that guy's been hounding you. How about you give him a piece of your mind? 26 for 11, he takes a big old bite out of Blue Boy who's been beating on him.
Alright. Doubling down on the damage from the Toll the Dead that was done on him. You go ahead and let Nash rip into him with a piercing bite. It tears a chunk from his mid-side. However, he is still up. A bit of anger now crawling over his face. Only he gets to hit Nash. Nash does not get to hit back. This is insane! Alright.
Oh, well, hey, you're a lot worse. I'm willing to pull off the boss just to fucking spite you.
Alright. Is that all Nash would like to do?
That's all Nash can do.
If Nash wanted to, he could make a 5-foot movement to disallow the flanking. However, the flanking currently has one of its members buffeted by the wind wall, which is giving them straight rolls. So if he moved back, theoretically, they could just move down and they would get full advantage.
Right.
Well, they had to move through Sasha first.
Oh, no, I'm saying,
No.
so for instance,
no.
if you move down, Blue could move down and Red could move down to either side, and Red would now get full advantage if you did that. So do you want to stay with the wind wall, or do you want to move down?
I'd like to... Oh, God. Where did I disappear to?
You shouldn't have.
On my end, I disappeared. Hang on, I'll
Right
refresh.
here.
I think I highlighted it when you moved me, and it, like, vanished my token for me.
Ah, okay. Let me put your token back down. So I'm going to delete your token, and then I'm going to put it back
No,
down.
no, it's there. Like, you moved me and Nash collectively, and now I'm off the initiative order.
Gotcha. Can you see yourself now?
Yeah, I can see myself. I can see myself as soon as I refreshed. It was just, like, my end bugged out.
Gotcha.
I gotta reinitiative myself quick.
I gotcha. You're good.
Okay. I'm gonna say Nash is gonna stay there because the wind wall is helping at least against one guy, and if things go ideally, Blue will not live long enough to get another attack in if I just completely point blank rifle shot him.
Okay. All right. So Nash stays there. Cobra Commando 1. Let's see. Looking at what has been going on here, he's had enough of this nonsense, and he's going to go ahead and move up. Yeah. Let's see. He has 40 feet of movement normally. So that would get to him to here, and then... yeah, that's good. So... 40 feet is there. All right. Doop. He moves up, and as he moves up, he kind of curls up to stand taller and higher in the air, and his jaw opens and dishinges wide, and he lets out this large shriek towards Sasha and Cinna, who both need to make me... Let's see here. Oh, it's a 30-foot cone. Okay, so also then Nash and Desh would be in this, I believe, as well. I'm just going to double check.
God. This is where we go down.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
Nash and Desh, you also need to make me, on top of the other two, Wisdom saving throws, DC 14.
God.
Okay. Cinna, that's a failure. Desh, that's a failure.
Yeah, this is where
Nash, that's a failure. Sasha, that's a failure. Everybody's frightened. All right. While frightened by this spell, a creature must take the dash action and move away from this Cobra Commander. by the safest available route on each of its turns unless there is nowhere to move. If the creature ends its turn at a location where it doesn't have line of sight to you, the creature must make a wisdom saving throw. On a successful save, the spell ends for that creature. So you have to get out of line of sight for him, and you have to move away from him in the safest line possible, but always away, until you can no longer see him. And
So it's just we're fucked.
you're away. And that's his turn. All right, Sasha, you get the dash action automatically, and you run away. Where would you like to run to? Your only goal is you
I don't
can't get
have-
closer to him.
Yeah, I really don't have. Okay, let's see. Wait a minute. Let me do the.
So, what's
Oh,
your
great!
what's your base movement?
I clicked the wrong button. My
Oh, okay.
base movement is 40, right?
40? Let me double check that for ya. Sasha. let's see.
I've been kicked out. I'm coming back in.
Okay. Your base movement is 25. So,
It's
you're
25.
yeah, you're automatically dashing though, so you're looking to get away 50 squares as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Not 50
so
squares, but 50
I
feet.
guess I'm running through the wind wall.
Well, you're looking to
Because
take
that's the
number
only
one.
place I can
This,
go.
so your requirements here are not to get closer to him. So you could go parallel, and taking the safest route possible. So I want you to look at where you are standing on the map. Look at your enemies. Now, there's no doubt in my mind you're going to take attacks of opportunity here. However, you're looking to do the safest route possible. If you go straight north, you're looking at taking 2 attacks of opportunity. If you go straight west, you're looking at taking 3. And if you go straight south, you're looking at taking 3. And you can't go east because that would be closer. If you take a diagonal, you could space it out where you go over to the west, in between Desh's legs, take 2 opportunity attacks,
And I have to
and
take
then
the whole
go.
50 feet?
Yeah, you're getting away as quickly as possible. You're
I have
dashing.
to take the whole 50 feet.
Yeah. Unless you run into an obstacle that stops you from going 50 feet.
Okay, I have to take the whole 50 feet. So...
Now remember, you can't go through enemy squares.
I'm
so-
gonna run...
The best thing to do here would be use the
Up
ruler
here.
and then right click where you want to go,
And then
oops.
over here.
I too accidentally clicked out of roll 20. So I'm reloading back in. There we go.
So that's
All
where
right.
I ended up.
You run away like a pansy,
and then over.
You only take 2 attacks of opportunity. So /R 1d20 plus 5. 1, 2. One gets a natural 1 and drops his sword. The other one is a 21, which I believe is going to hit you
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
for a d6 plus 3 slashing. So 8 slashing damage as you run away in fear. All right, and you have not broken line of sight,
Damn it.
so you are still afraid. Let me see here.
At least get the wisdom out of it, or are we just stuck forever running?
8 damage.
Yeah, you take 8 points of slashing damage. If the creature ends its turn in a location where it doesn't have line of sight to you, the creature can make a wisdom saving throw, and on a successful save, the spell ends for that creature. So you're still within line of sight of him, so you cannot, unfortunately, make the wisdom saving throw.
We got at least like 4 turns where we can't do anything.
Maybe.
I mean, there's
We'll
nothing
see.
I can do to get out of line of sight.
Remember that in the green is all elephant grass you can try and hide in. And you would
I can't
theoretically
get that far.
break line of sight. Not in this turn you can't, no.
I can't get. Yeah.
So that brings us to Cobra Commander 2 in the bushes. Now, I could be evil and make him throw fear at you, Sasha, but I'm not going to do that.
You can't double fear us.
Exactly. He is just going to...
Shoot it.
He's going to hide, first off. 1d20. So everybody make me a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
Okay, Dash loses sight of him. Sasha loses sight of him. Nash knows where he is,
I
but
lose sight of him?
Cinna loses sight of him.
Out of 17?
He rolled an 18.
Wow. Okay. That's
So
great.
theoretically, he is hidden, and the only one that can see him right now is Nash. All right. Great. And then he is going to move. Let's see here. And Nash would know that he is over here. However, Dash would not. So he is going to take a shot at Nash. He does not get sneak attack. This will break his stealth. So 6. First shot, 22.
Wow.
Okay, that hits. And then the second shot is natural 20.
Oh shit.
And he
Wow.
is visible to everybody. He does not get sneak attack on Nash. So the 22 is 2d 8 plus...
One way or another, we're going to the Snake Village.
Snake Village is miles away. Let's see here.
Yeah, we'll drag us for miles if we have to get there.
2d8 plus 3, that's what it is. Alright, so he takes 11 points of piercing damage from the first one, and he takes 14 from the second, doubled. Ooh, unfortunately, from the second, he has taken 28.
Okay, so Nash is almost dead.
Sorry, from the second, hold on. From the second, he's taken 25, because the bonus does not double. So there you go, 25, not 28.
Wow. This is incredible.
All right. And Desh, give us the honors of giving us the last dash of the evening, as this will be the last move of this session.
Do I have to dash, or does it make sense that, oh, I know my creature's
We
faster?
don't have any choice.
Let me check here.
because
So,
we're under the feet.
1 second. While frightened by this spell, a creature must take the dash action and move away from you by the safest available route on each of its turns. I will give you a straight intelligence check to see if you realize that taking the safest route would just be to sit on top of Nash.
Did this
Natural
dude...
20, you do not dash. You stay on Nash, and realizing he is your best bet.
Did this guy's friends not have to make a wisdom save?
No. He's only directing it at you guys.
Wasn't it just like
I
a
didn't know
cone?
Back to cone.
Wasn't a fear spell just like affect whoever's
It is
in
a
the cone?
fear cone that he is choosing to not have affect his friends.
Is that how the spell works?
That's how his works. The spell normally...
convenient.
No.
That's convenient. That's convenient, Aaron.
That's called enemies.
That's called cheating.
If we don't die, I'm going to enjoy skinning these people, possibly while they're still alive.
We will see.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, that is where we are going to end this session. Thank you all so much for coming out. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you, and we will see you guys next time as the party runs for their lives. Adios!
As we die horribly. Adios.